Hi everyone, it's Mallory here with All About Cats. In today's video, we're going to be going over our top 6 recommendations for the best healthy cat treats you can buy. So the very first thing that you should be looking for when picking out a cat treat is deliciousness. If a treat isn't absolutely tantalizing and it doesn't get your cat excited, it's not really a treat. You're going to want to be able to use treats as a training aid to help your cat to come when called and to make their day a little bit more exciting. So it's absolutely essential that a good treat tastes great. But tasting great doesn't mean that a treat can't also be nutritious. Fortunately, cats really like eating some of the foods that are most nutritious for them. A good treat is going to be primarily made from animal-derived ingredients. It's not going to have a lot of starch. It's not going to have a lot of unnecessary or minimally nutritious additives, and it's not going to contain a lot of potentially harmful ingredients. It's going to be a straightforward, meat-based treat that honors your cat's needs as an obligate carnivore. So based on that information, we've chosen the following treats as the best you can buy and then purchase them all with our own money. And I tried them out with my 2 cats, Wessie and Forrest. So I'll be giving you information on both the facts about these treats and my personal experience with them. Our number 1 recommendation for the best cat treat you can buy is Kathmandu Bonito Flakes. They're just paper-thin flakes of bonito or skipjack fish flesh. Nothing really else to it. It's just little papery dehydrated fish flakes. But these treats are some of the most tantalizing things that you can expose a cat to. Cats absolutely love these treats. They have an intense smell that cats really like, and most cats seem to go absolutely crazy over them. In my experience, I found that my cats were divided on these treats. Wessie showed pretty much no interest in them, but Forrest went nuts over them. I gave her a few intentionally, and then later on in the week, I found that the bag had been ripped open and there were almost no flakes left. So she had gone ahead and ripped open the bag and taken all the treats that she wanted. Forrest absolutely loved these treats. She purred while she was eating them. She was very, very, very enthusiastic about these treats. Because they have such a potent aroma and cats seem to like them so much, Bonito Flakes can be a good food topper. They can help to encourage cats to eat if they haven't been really feeling like eating much, or they could help a cat to transition to a new and unfamiliar diet. Kathmandu Bonito Flakes cost almost $9 per 1 ounce bag. Our next recommendation is kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to the number of protein sources involved. So Orijen's Tundra freeze-dried cat treats contain a lot of different meats. So each one of these little freeze-dried treats contains a combination of muscle meat and organs from venison, duck, lamb, goat, wild boar, and mackerel. So there's a lot going into each one of these treats, but they're just little, simple, low-calorie, freeze-dried treats, and a lot of cats really seem to enjoy these. Now, my cats were a little bit mixed on these. At first, they seemed to really like them, and then they kind of lost interest, so it's kind of hard to say. They didn't seem incredibly excited about these treats, but they did seem to enjoy them. And it's nice to know that these treats, although they contain quite a few different types of muscle meat and organs, they're still very straightforward without any added fruits and vegetables or added colors or any other additives that might kind of weigh your cat down. So these treats are a bit on the more expensive side. They cost about $4.49 for a 1 1/4 ounce bag. So what if you want your cat's treats to help improve their dental health? There are a lot of treats out there that claim to benefit your cat's dental health, potentially kind of scrubbing off plaque or freshening their breath. But most of these treats are essentially mint-scented kibble. They don't really contain anything that is going to help to remove plaque or improve your cat's dental health. And they also do contain a lot of starchy ingredients that are going to leave a film on your cat's teeth. So ultimately, they're not really a good option for dental or oral health at all. Virbac's CET oral hygiene chews for cats are a little bit different. The chews contain antiseptic enzymes that actively consume bacteria and help to freshen your cat's breath while reducing plaque buildup, and they also have this kind of wine cork shape with a papery exterior and a slightly abrasive texture. And that consistency combined with the shape of the treats is also going to help to remove any buildup on your cat's teeth. So overall, these appear to be both relatively species appropriate, primarily made from animal ingredients, and actually effective in removing some of the buildup on your cat's teeth. Now, even a really good oral hygiene treat like this one is not going to be a substitute for regular brushing and professional cleanings with a vet, but they can really help to cut back on the amount of buildup on your cat's teeth. Now, my cats, again, were a little bit mixed on these treats. At first, it seemed like both of them really enjoy them, but later on in my test, they seemed to kind of lose interest. So it's kind of hard to say how they really felt about the treats. But I know that a lot of other reviewers say that their cats very much enjoy them, and I would not hesitate to give these treats a try. Now, one bag of 30 treats costs about $17, so these treats are definitely on the more expensive side. But given that they have so many features that set them apart from other oral hygiene treats, and they also have a really great nutritional composition, they could definitely be worth the price. Our next recommendation is going to be a good option if you like a little fun and novelty in your treat giving experience. So these are Vital Essentials Vital Cat freeze-dried minnows. So these treats are just freeze-dried minnows. Because the minnows are freeze-dried, they are shelf-stable and safe to handle, but they maintain all of the nutritional integrity of a raw minnow. So everything remains intact. You've got the eyes, the bones, the skin, everything about this fish is intact, and it also has all of the protein and other nutritional components of a raw minnow. My cats were divided on these treats. Forrest seemed to really enjoy them, but Wessie wasn't so interested. So all of the fun and novelty of these treats does come at a price. Vital Essentials Vital Cat freeze-dried minnows cost about $5 for a half-ounce bag. If you're looking for a single protein, limited ingredient treat, PureBites freeze-dried chicken breast treats could be a good option. These treats have all of the nutritional value of chicken breast, but they are shelf-stable and safe to handle. The treats have a really firm, crunchy texture, as you would imagine, but you can rehydrate them and then they will just be kind of like a sort of springy piece of chicken breast. I found that both of my cats enjoyed these treats, but Wessie seemed more interested in them when they were rehydrated. They kind of more resembled one of his favorite treats, which is just plain cooked chicken breast. Overall, I would recommend these treats for those who want a nice, crunchy, single ingredient treat, but I would not ignore the fact that you can always just feed your cat freshly cooked, unseasoned chicken, and it'll probably be a good bit more economical. Now, if you like the idea of PureBites limited ingredient freeze-dried treats, but your cat can't or won't eat chicken, you might consider some of their other protein types. So these treats are available in shrimp, duck, turkey, and salmon varieties, to name a few. You have plenty of different options. Now, our final recommendation is our favorite human-grade cat treat. So buying a human-grade treat isn't really necessary. There are many feed-grade treats that are just as good as any human-grade treat. But if you want the assurance that your cat's treats are being handled and manufactured according to the same regulations that would apply to human food, you might consider a human-grade product. So Nom Nom's chicken jerky treats are made from 100% USDA certified chicken. These treats are dehydrated and have a jerky consistency, so they're essentially the same as a chicken jerky you might eat yourself, except maybe a little bit harder and, of course, made without any seasonings or flavors. I found that my cats went back and forth on these treats. Sometimes they really seemed to enjoy them. Sometimes they didn't show a lot of interest. So overall, this is a really stimulating, engaging treat that makes your cat work a little bit, which is always a good thing. Again, if your cat can't or won't eat chicken, you can also get these in a beef variety. Each 2-ounce bag of Nom Nom's jerky treats costs about $13. All right, so that's about it. We've gone over all 6 of our top recommendations for the best healthy cat treats you can buy. If you'd like to learn more about any of the products mentioned here, check out the description. There will be links to all of them located there. While you're in the description, you'll also find a link to our complete buyer's guide. It's pretty much a written version of this review that goes into a good bit more detail. I hope that this was helpful for you. If it was and you're interested in more product reviews, buyer's guides, and information on all things cats, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to also click the notification bell so that you'll get notified every time that we release something new. Thanks for watching. Bye.